Oh man.
Are we back live?
I don't know.
Well, we're 100% back live.
Oh.
We're gonna have to
We gotta troubleshoot.
we're gonna have to see. I'm assuming what I did just
There it
fixed
is.
it. So turn your volume on your phone.
Better.
No, it's good.
No, they're saying better.
No, it's normal now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're back.
Hold on, let's kill some time while people join.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the reason that happened was, do we have any coasters?
Yeah.
Sam, use a coaster on this table. Come on.
I'm sorry, I momentarily did not respect wood.
The reason why that happened was I don't know, but I knew how to fix it. So we're back on the laptop. I think our sound is good. Sam, I'm gonna pull this up front end for you. Oh, I guess Andy will too.
Yeah.
You'll see. Thanks for bearing with us there. We got it fixed. Yeah, throw the volume on there. Okay, that's good.
All right.
I mute it. All right. Just hit the mute button. All right, we're back officially. Sam, there you go.
All right. It must have been
Okay.
it was your computer.
Yeah, something about the something on my computer was doing that, so we switched computers. All right, we're back. Welcome back. Backcountry BSing Live. Minor 10-minute technical glitch. It happens sometimes. This is our 6th one. We've had no technical issues on all of them.
I remember the
too bad.
first or second one, the mics were turned way too high because the monitor volumes were too low.
I know, and I'm always worried about that.
Yeah.
now. All right, back to what we're okay, we got Knob Creek. Cheers. We didn't get our cheers in. All right.
All
Cheers.
right,
Cheers, guys.
I can't believe we're drinking this when there's so much better bourbon
Drink
upstairs.
it and then bitch about it.
Why aren't we gonna go grab it?
Yes, it's
Really? I think it's good.
It is good too, yeah.
Yeah.
it's good.
What's up?
It just
Yeah,
has that.
why
it
do-
has-
why
it
don't
has
you
that.
like
it has
it?
that burning aftertaste. God damn it!
God. The camera. It's coming back. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Oh my god.
Saved all the technical issues for this episode.
Is there any more buttons we need
no,
to push?
we're good. We're good. We're good now. All right.
Coming
sorry
back
about
on.
that. No, this has a very particular burning aftertaste to it.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with
Yeah, I'm
Really?
gonna disagree too. Yeah.
Sam, you should try the Pappy I've got in the closet.
I mean, no one's denying that the Pappy isn't
Yeah.
better. But for like what?
I will tell you though, ever since we got on this bourbon kick, my ability to drink bourbon, and I know this isn't neat because there's an ice cube in it, but I used to just not be able to drink bourbon
Me neither.
at all without anything in it. I know you were a
Yes,
bourbon
I know
guy.
you
I'm,
are.
I'm just the neat bourbon drinker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
on the
was
trail,
Travis and David.
Yeah. And I just started
They
drinking
shamed
it.
us.
And I'll tell you what though, and I told you about this. I really like tequila.
Which is like how do you like your
Like
tequila?
I like the taste. If I like the taste of straight tequila, I like that taste. Like bourbon has a very specific taste profile.
right, sure.
So does tequila.
Mhm.
Vodka just tastes like what rubbing alcohol smells like to me.
Probably the bad stuff. but, yeah.
The
But
burn-
tequila, like I like the flavor profile of tequila. I don't know.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Bourbon is good. Bourbon tastes like I'm drinking burned wood, which is kind of
Just-
what it is.
Kind of fitting.
All right. So anyway, we're back. Ohio is slowly lifting lockdown. We started talking about this before our stream had some technical issues. This might be the last quote unquote lockdown live stream.
Well, yeah,
it's not the last live stream.
No, but it's definitely the last lockdown live stream. Part of that is because we are unavailable to do live streams for the next few Fridays. So, like,
Yeah.
we're out. We can't. So,
But Andy and I have some hilarious live stream things we're gonna do.
yeah.
We won't talk about it. I'll tell you after stream. This is gonna be like a
afterwards?
full show. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You know, like that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer has that set in his apartment.
The Merv Griffin
The
show.
Merv Griffin show set.
Yeah.
Kind of along those lines.
Yeah. We're gonna be doing some more show-based things.
Maybe we'll bring in some
Some more conventional.
Bring in some animals?
We'll get some animals.
Some more expensive props,
Get
perhaps.
get a zoologist.
Before we get further into this has become like a drinking thing now. So I want everyone to drop in the chat what you're drinking.
And then
Let us know.
we already know this, but Amanda said that burning is called a Kentucky hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis was telling us that.
Yeah, we heard that when we were down in Kentucky.
There's not really a Kentucky hug on this one though.
Oh, it's got a gentle touch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This
Yeah,
is
I
a
just don't
Kentucky
know.
gentle
Have you heard
touch.
Maker's 46?
Yeah.
Not the. I don't think. No, not the 46.
It's good. It's
Any
very
different
good.
than traditional makers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. It's just smoother.
I don't think it's smoother.
The Kentucky Egg. So anyway, probably the last lockdown live stream. We're gonna keep live streaming. We have this sweet live stream set up. I gotta fix the Robo Echo. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, we'll do some tests.
Do some tweaking and tuning on that. I don't know if that was a computer or mixer. I don't think so because everything sounds great now. So it's probably my computer.
Maybe it was a ghost.
We have we're not going to get into the details of it, but we've got some big trips coming up as summer starts to unfold here in Columbus. Temps are finally good.
Better.
And
Rain's still. Jeez.
yeah.
It's got to stop at some point.
Here's some.
But we finally got warm temperatures, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was the first thing
Yeah.
we needed.
Here's some cocktails.
What are people drinking?
Michael's drinking a 7-7.
Hey, that's my coworker Michael. Is it Michael King?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, it's still cool, Michael. Awesome.
I can't pronounce this name, but Ember Sokful. He's
you got to
drinking.
do a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
Come on.
Long Trail IPA. Huck Outdoors drinking Cherry Coke Zero. Lisa Williams
Oh, all right.
birthday prosecco. Lisa, is it your birthday? Is that what the birthday prosecco?
Is it your birthday,
Or
Lisa?
is that a drink? I don't know.
It's just an
Um,
enjoyable drink.
OC 6088 boxed Merlot wine.
Nice.
With a sad face. Don't have a sad face. Huck Outdoors. St. Archer Gold when I get home. Brian Cox. This sounds familiar. This sounds crazy.
Got a really good diversity
Fancy.
of drinking this evening.
Yeah, what do we got?
Connemara, which is peated Irish whiskey. I didn't think that they made Irish whiskey that was peat. Well, obviously they do.
Does
What
peated?
does peated mean? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like, oh god, I'm gonna get this all wrong. But Scotch is like, isn't like where you get the smoky flavor from Scotch from burning peat?
I'm sure somebody.
Yeah, somebody
watching
somebody
this.
comments. Yeah, I don't know.
know.
So is this? You saying it's peated Scotch?
No, it's peated Irish whiskey.
Peated Irish. So is it just Irish whiskey that has more of a burning,
smoky flavor.
smoky
Maybe,
peat?
yeah, I don't
peat
know.
I mean, is it
flavor?
a particular, they age in a particular sort of wood?
I don't know.
I don't know. Someone should school us.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
waiting for the comments to chime in.
Paul's drinking Macallan 10. I think that's a Scotch.
That's a good one, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Scotch.
We're not sophisticated.
But isn't the main
Scotch.
difference Scotch is just distilled across the pond?
no.
No, there's
No. Well, it doesn't. There's. Okay, I don't know. I know that. But I know.
like
But
the
I know
legal
that like
distinctions
peated.
between bourbon and whiskey here in the
Yeah,
States.
so-
yeah.
Where Scotch is something
So
else.
the legal distinction between bourbon and whiskey, one has to do with the proof. People are gonna know
No,
this, right?
I don't think
No,
it's.
no,
well, it has
no.
to have a minimum proof of something. I forget what it is.
Bourbon is only made in Kentucky. I know that.
Nope.
Right?
Nope. It has
No?
no.
No, I guess there's Kentucky bourbon.
No, it has to be made in new oak barrels. Has to be 51% at least of corn,
Oh, that's right.
and it has there's an
right.
there's
It's
an
the mash mix
yeah,
that it's made with.
and there's
That's
there's an
right.
age restriction too. I forget what it is. It's not much, but all right, here we go. Diana, cheers to you guys. Finally got my Litchfield Distillery vanilla bourbon so I could drink along with you. Awesome.
Nice. There's
All
a
right.
there's a
Like
really
vanilla
cool
bourbon.
gun in Red Dead Redemption called the Litchfield Repeater.
Yes.
Is there any relation?
I don't know.
They're old like cowboy things, bourbon and guns.
Therapeutic. I don't know these names. Brew Kettle White Raleigh IPA.
Oh, White Raja.
White Raja. Sorry.
So-
White Raja.
so-
Ooh, I haven't had a White Raja for a while. Good drink.
true story. That is. Have you ever had it?
no.
Strongsville, Ohio.
Is that where it's brewed?
Yeah, I think it's definitely Northeast
Wait,
Ohio.
so what's the brewery that makes
It's called Brew Kettle.
Okay.
The
okay.
Brew Kettle White Raja IPA. If you're listening, I don't know I don't know if you can get it that much outside of Ohio. That is, I think
We
one
recommend.
of my favorite, if not my favorite
Several people have
IPA.
said it's
You've had
near-
it.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. Several people say it's at the top of their list.
It gets rated
Oh,
like
yeah.
nationally, like very
Mhm,
high in terms of so solid. I got to get some of that for the
There-
fridge.
There's a lot of people boozing here tonight.
No, that's all.
Okay,
Hey,
all
there's
right.
nothing else to do.
There's nothing
Although
else- nothing
patios
better
are
to
open.
do, yeah.
Patios. So the governor did open
That's right. Yeah, patio
restaurant
today.
patios today.
So I'm
Mhm.
gonna keep going here. All Things Outdoors has 1,000 stories bourbon barrel aged in
He's a
barrel
bourbon,
aged.
he's a bourbon guy.
1,000 stories bourbon barrel aged Cabernet Sauvignon. Signified, my buddy Andy's drinking a Kentucky Mule. Another 7 and 7 for Iceman's.
What's a so
I don't know.
is a I'm assuming a Kentucky Mule is a Moscow Mule but made with
With-
bourbon.
Sounds like it. Andy,
Now you know
clear that up.
I've got ginger beer upstairs.
I'm not adding ginger beer to this right this second.
Well, it's more than just that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Scott Valor, last glass or two of Jefferson's Ocean, then moving to margaritas. I see
Ooh,
the
margaritas.
I see the Jefferson's Oceans all the time at the store.
If there are tequila people in the chat, please tell me really good tequilas to get. All I know is George Clooney's got a tequila that's supposed to be good.
Like his own tequila.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
Rock has got a tequila. That
I saw
don't
that
know
today
is
at the
good.
liquor store.
Also,
I saw that.
uh,
Cabo Wabo.
Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, the two dudes from Breaking Bad, they have a tequila. So
So who
I've-
does? Who doesn't have?
Should
I've
we have a
heard-
tequila?
I've heard
I
Clooney's
mean, now
tequila is actually very good.
well, I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm sure he spares no expense.
All right. Okay,
so
hold
give me
on.
some good tequila recommendations.
All right, so K-Matt is drinking Woodford Double Oaks. I like that. That's good. Rocky Raccoon and Dogman Founders Unraveled IPA, which I've had, is delicious as well. Hermetically sealed cheap ass Evan Williams honey.
Oh, I like. Is that honey bourbon?
Yeah,
I like honey bourbon.
or like honey
sometimes.
whiskey or something. I don't know.
Kind
Brian.
of a treat. I can't have.
It's
too
a
much
treat.
of
You
it.
can't have too much of it.
Okay. So back to the peated Irish whiskey.
Do we have some more details?
It says yes, it's like Scotch, but it's not Scotch because it's Irish.
so nobody wants to drink it.
Wait, say that again.
It's basically Scotch, but from Ireland. But you can't call
see,
it.
I'm just not into Scotch. I'm not a Scotch person.
Yeah, neither am I.
It's
I tried.
I'm still hung
It's
up
okay,
on
nothing wrong with it, but-
Scotch versus bourbon.
Completely different. Completely.
I mean, I think the
We're
the
gonna get- we're
distilling
gonna get
method
to-
is
we're gonna get
probably completely different.
the
I think.
distilling, the water,
Yeah. The
uh,
ingredients.
The mash.
the mash probably is maybe it's like a barley.
I don't know.
We'll get a bottle of
We'll
Scotch.
figure it out.
You know, if I've always wondered if I haven't always wondered, but if SBO was going to distill a drink,
Be
or,
whiskey.
sorry, distill a spirit, what would it be?
It would be. Sorry, I'm making the decision for us.
I know. I'm
I
sorry,
like how
I'm
you
s-
said whiskey, not bourbon. We
Right.
never drink whiskey.
I know it would be an American whiskey.
It would be a beer.
A beer. It would pair with a beer.
Well, how about a spirit and a brew?
Okay, the beer would certainly be an IPA.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bourbon.
Not necessarily an IPA. It'd be a PA of sorts, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm more partial to the pale ales myself, but
Yeah.
don't let that influence you.
I like them pale ales a lot.
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those.
I can just I can drink more of them than the IPA because
yeah.
I can only have.
We should do a
I like
gin.
I like a white. Oh, gross!
No.
It would not be gin.
We'll do a gin.
No, it would not be gin. It would probably have to be bourbon because that's our thing now. But I
No.
like tequila.
But I like. There's some really good, just regular like American made whiskey out there. We'll start bringing
I mean,
some
yeah,
of those.
there's
in
a lot
the
of good
mix.
brand. I mean, they distill a lot of different spirits. They've got their vodka, they've
Yeah.
got their tequila, they've got their gin, they've
Yeah.
got bourbon.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
All right, here's some more drinks. There's a lot of drinks in here.
All right, let's see them.
Dearless is drinking the Glenlivet.
That's
I think that's a Scotch.
that's a Scotch, right?
I think so. Yeah. Ross Trim. I'm rocking some high quality H2O. Neat.
Nice.
Yep.
It's good for you.
Ben McMillan's drinking Juice Box.
Oh,
What kind
Nice,
of juice
Ben.
box? Actually,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
Capri
shout-
Sun or an
yeah,
actual
shout
box.
yeah. Is it if it's a Capri Sun, that's better.
We
Absolutely.
always got to give a shout out to Ben
Yeah.
for these guys up here.
I
Yep.
was actually wondering, where did you get those from?
Okay, cool thing. Have you ever touched these?
No, I didn't want to desecrate them. So I
Good,
didn't
good
touch
answer.
them.
Do you know what this is printed on?
No, because I haven't touched it.
So, guess.
You
It's a
get-
It's a fabric.
it's a fabric related to backpacking.
Oh, Dyneema.
It's
Yep.
printed on Dyneema.
That's very nice.
So, Hilltop Packs, that's Ben. He custom prints stuff on Dyneema, and he did this for us on the house.
Looks really nice.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. He's also a photographer.
Are these new? I wasn't sure. I noticed
newer.
them.
These
but-
are new.
okay.
Also, this is sound
The
paneling.
motifs.
Yeah,
okay.
those are sound paneling, and I got a lot more sound paneling you can't see. I also got this bear. I feel like I should bring the bear into the shot.
Yeah. We can let's get a little stand for the bear behind there.
Yeah, you won't see it. I have this wooden carved bear my mom had in her house, and I was like, that would look really good in the studio, and she brought it over. I've also we got more stuff coming. This is becoming a real studio.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good, all things considered.
Let me catch up with these. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I can go for a blizzard right now.
A blizzard?
Jim
Like a Dairy Queen
Donahue.
blizzard?
Like a Dairy Queen
Oh,
blizzard.
hell
Yeah.
Jim Donahue's drinking iced tea. But he might have some monkey shoulder later, which is I think a scotch as well.
I'm drinking two things at once. So are
Mitchell,
you.
Mitchell Williams drinking Sherpa tea.
Already finished.
Oh man, Grumpy
You
Grunt,
finished both of them.
the Dalmore 12-year single malt, which is a scotch. Lots of scotches tonight.
Yeah, a lot of scotches tonight.
Okay, here we go. Uper Wisdom video says Irish whiskeys are distilled 3 times compared to twice for whiskey. The peat is very rarely used.
Interesting. So it's distilled more.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Old Sean Rush is drinking Old Ezra 7. The production rules for Irish whiskey are rather simple. A minimum of 3 years in barrels before bottling. Distillation must happen in Ireland, and it must be made from a mash of malt and or cereals.
I thought this
Okay.
is typically the law too. Like you can't label
Yeah.
something without
That's how it is in
that's
Kentucky.
sticking scrupulously
That's how
to
Kentucky
the,
is
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Patron was a tequila. thrown
Yeah,
out for you.
I've heard of Patron. I've had Patron. That's like the classic
Have
good
you
one.
heard of Patron?
Yeah.
No, the best is here's an two Sparty Warriors and Grumpy Grunt both said El Toro, which I think is a really cheap.
No, isn't that,
I think
um,
that's
it's
no
garbage tequila. I
Yeah.
think.
What's the rocks tequila called?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, have you guys had mezcal with the worm in the bottom?
No, I have not, but it does
It's
interest.
good.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
and
it's
I was
good
actually I got
tequila.
in a hole reading about the difference between there's different under the tequila umbrella. There's different varieties.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you guys. Sparty Warriors says I think you guys are ready for rehab after lockdown.
There has true story. There've been several studies about how much drinking has gone up the last 2 months, which is
Oh, yeah.
totally believable.
Yeah,
You know?
I believe it.
Although I haven't really. Do you think your drinking has gone up? I
Right.
only drink on
Not
this
really.
show.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
mine
going to say,
hasn't.
I mean, this show has made up a sizable portion of any drinking I have done. I think.
And this is a little bit of a side tangent, but if you ever watch a lot of our videos, we always do a happy hour at camp, and we never bring enough alcohol.
Yeah, we were texting about this today, and so I'm sorry if you guys think we're having a little bit too much fun here, but
No, we keep it. So when we first started this channel, it was like we're gonna keep everything rated G,
PC.
and then we're still PC. So the live streams are a different story.
Oh yes.
The live streams, this is raw and uncut.
I'm sorry. I mean, what happens happens.
But we do try and keep this PG-13 at the most, because we in our earlier days and we still do. We had a lot of people contact us and be like, it's really nice that I can like turn on your videos with my family in the room, and like
Yeah, so we do have to be
I
careful.
appreciated
I think
that.
we still have a great time keeping everything.
Well,
with the
yeah.
everybody listening.
Yeah, we do. It's just a
think for the most
prolific
part.
drinking.
Yeah.
Airport rules, everybody.
It's not prolific. I mean, we're not like, this is classy.
Yeah.
We should have a wine live stream.
Oh my. Okay.
I've been drinking a little bit of wine through this lockdown.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, I have a bunch.
It's usually
Dude,
Mary and I.
I've brought it backpacking a couple times.
Yeah, we
it's
have.
not a
Really?
bad thing.
No, it's good.
No, because one, it
Keeps well.
It keeps well. You can drink.
Mhm.
You can drink reds warm.
It's true.
It's not that bad.
You
It's-
should
it's-
actually.
you should.
Mhm.
It's much more efficiency from a percent alcohol standpoint than beer. You know,
Yeah, but then compared to spirits,
you can't beat spirits
Yeah.
or Everclear.
It's weight to
The
getting
weight to
tanked
alcohol
ratio.
If we
ratio.
want to
Weight to get-
maximize our efficiency,
Yeah.
you're saying we should just make the garbage can sort of stuff that
We should
Yeah.
have back in the
we
day.
should make Long Islands on the trail. You just take every clear alcohol.
What is all right? So Sam was a bartender. What is
Right,
the actual makeup of a Long Island iced tea?
So yeah, Long Island is great because you can easily make it. So all it is
It's
is
like all liquor, right?
Well, no. The thing that made it great was you just had a Long Island mix, and you would pour the Long Island mix in.
Well, that's not what I wanted to hear. I want to hear what's in the Long Island mix.
So it's like vodka, triple sec. What are those other flavored? Well, some other flavored one. Yeah, it's kind of like a mix of three things.
Okay.
So it puts all the booze in there. Then you mix it with Sprite and a little bit of Coke, and you put a lemon or whatever in it. But yeah, I know it's really disappointing because it just says
Don't you top
Long Island
you,
mix.
You top it with a little Coke.
The Coke, right? Or some sort
Yeah.
of...
right. You top it with a little bit of Coke, and then you toss it.
It
in
does
a lime.
taste like iced tea.
I mean, we made them really cheap and really quick, as you can imagine, because
Here's a
you know when you're that
bar.
popular,
College
you know,
bar.
you gotta just turn them out left and right for folks, especially when they're $2.
Yeah.
So what I actually wanted to... So we may have some guests. I didn't reach out to many guests. I had a couple people contact me saying they want to come on. The line's open if they want to come on. I thought this would be a fun podcast because it's the three of us to kind of walk through the history of us all backpacking. I thought that'd be fun to do.
That's a great idea
So
because there's some strong history here.
yeah, so this is the OG original crew.
It actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
That's
thought
where
that'd
it
be
all
fun.
started.
So
Yeah.
when I had the previous setup with the Robo volume, I was gonna pull some video and pictures up on the screen. I can't do that right now, but we can talk about it. But this is the original crew, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna. Sam, do we need some more beers?
Yes, we do.
You want to grab some beers?
What would you like?
Give me a cow.
Cow. All right.
You
You
want a
good?
beer?
No, I don't want to.
But I'll wait for you to come back before I start this.
All right. Yeah. I'll be back in one moment.
I feel like
You guys don't want to top this thing off?
we're gonna drinking both at once.
Okay.
So I feel like we needed a beer before this gets started, and because of the nature of the beer it's going to get me, that's also why.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Wisconsin beer, and that's where the story starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're putting the history in there
Yeah.
as well.
So I thought tonight's podcast would be a fun walk down the last 12 years of backpacking history with these two, because it's not something we really talk about too much. We've talked about it a little bit on some videos, but I thought because we're all sitting here, and I wanted you to get this beer specifically. Yeah, right. Okay. So and I also want to talk about the story how I think I got coronavirus, but
Okay.
I think that can wait.
If you got coronavirus, then man,
Should
I have the best.
Should I tell that story
I have
first?
such a good.
Should I tell that story first? It's real quick.
Yeah.
All right. It also involves Wisconsin. Do you have an opener? All right. So I alluded to this on the last lockdown live stream, and I know it's the hot thing to say right now that you had coronavirus.
I don't think it's that hot to
I mean-
say. It's not a good thing.
All right. Here's my story, though. Okay. So February 19th, Andy and I took a road trip up to Wisconsin to
Yep.
go backpack with Dan Becker, a bunch of people. There's a video on that. Check it out.
Yep.
At that time, we now know
It was in the country.
it was way in the country. I don't
Yep.
know how much. Anyway, we drove from Columbus, Ohio to effectively Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a little bit outside, hence why we got the Wisconsin beers for the story. On the way there, Andy was on a mission,
Yes.
and me too,
You
to
were.
find-
Yeah.
to find really good bourbon.
What? We stopped at 2 liquor stores.
So we stopped at 2 liquor stores on the way up, plus
one in Illinois. No,
one in Indianapolis, one in Indiana.
and one in Illinois.
Yeah.
And one in
Anyway,
Illinois.
the
Yeah.
point was, and I don't think I got sick on the drive up there.
No.
So we backpacked with 8 people, and
You're with 8 people.
with
Yeah.
8 people. On the way back,
Oh wait.
just let me finish. Let me finish here.
I
So
think I know where you're going with this.
backpacked with 8 people. On the way back, we also stopped several times. We stopped at Woodman's. Stopped at Woodman's.
How about the old grocery store? I think
get
we
the
used to go to. Excellent.
We made several stops.
Well, I'm sorry. Was that the Woodman's you used to go to?
No,
Oh,
Woodman's in Milwaukee,
Oh,
not
okay.
Woodman's in Madison.
That's-
So, with a bunch of people, bunch of stops, come back to Columbus. We get back to Columbus on February 22nd. On February 24th, I started exhibiting and this is why I think this way. A very interesting type of upper respiratory infection. So it came on like a cold, and at the time, I was living with my mom. I was living obviously with my wife, and I was like, I want to know if I have the flu. I was just traveling. I was just with a bunch of people. There were people that were sick.
Yes, there was.
We were backpacking with
I
people
remember
that were
that.
sick.
I
They
remember.
were sick on the trail.
Yes,
Yes,
where
they
I
were
was.
sick on the trail.
Like legitimate, like we're talking puking.
And multiple people. There was more than one person.
Yeah.
So we were backpacking with a bunch of people that were also sick. 2 days later, which matches up with the classic incubation time of an upper respiratory virus, I exhibited in mild symptoms. But they were different, and I'll get into that. Anyway, 2 days, symptoms come on. I'm like, okay, I have a cold, whatever. In fact, if you go watch the Backcountry BSing with Kyle Hates Hiking, you'll see me coughing during the entire thing. That was during this. I get a flu test because
You got a flu test?
I got a flu test
I didn't know
because
you could get a flu test.
Yeah.
when
yeah. An
when-
A and B. A or B.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a flu test only because I work in a place and it was super easy for me to get a flu test. And I was living with my mom, and I wanted to know if I had the flu so I could isolate myself from others. I in no way thought I had coronavirus, period. At this time, February 24th,
That wasn't even on
coronavirus,
anybody's mind. Yeah.
No.
yeah, it was decimating China, but
Right.
we had like the Diamond Princess stuff at that point.
Yeah.
That's right.
So February 22nd, I come back. February 24th, onset of symptoms. February 24th or 25th, I get a flu test, and the flu test is obviously negative. And I go about my merry way. And the guy goes, classic doctor. Hey, if you don't feel better, and you'll probably feel better in 3 to 5 days. You've probably got the crud. That's what they call it. So this is what happens. So I have classic upper respiratory viral symptoms. I didn't check myself for a fever. I go running the next day. I run a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, a lot of running. I went running, and the next day after running, this is the first thing, and I didn't piece this together till later. I was incredibly sore, and I never get sore running ever. Like
Just like all over. Or...
incredible muscular soreness in my trunk, which you would obviously say you got that from running, but I run all the time. I never get sore. But that wasn't why I think I had coronavirus.
So are you thinking that was like a respiratory, like potentially the respiratory part of corona?
Well, muscle soreness is a very common symptom with coronavirus. This is what was different about this. I had a low-grade sore throat in an area of my throat that never gets sore for 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks I had a sore throat.
You're always sick though.
It could be the cold.
You have, I've been, yeah.
But
you're
here's
known
the
to be
two
sick a
things.
lot.
I don't get sick that much. This is the first time I've been sick since May of last year.
I don't know. Okay, well, like sick maybe, but like I always make fun of you because you've all like I feel like every like 2 to 3 months you've got a bad cough.
Well, this was the first one since May of 2019.
I don't know about
So
that.
so that was 10 months.
I know. I don't know about that.
Now, was that last year when we were
I was sick when we were in
Virginia?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
that was the last.
I think I remember you.
Yeah,
you
that
were
was
a
the
little
last.
bit under the
No,
weather.
and I track my sickness in an Excel sheet. MFers. That was
Really?
the last.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the last time because I used to
And
get.
you must get sick often.
No, because I used to get sinus infections a lot.
Okay.
And I've done some things to mitigate that. And when I was getting 2 sinus infections a year, I was tracking when I was getting them. But
To see if they were like seasonally related.
yes, and I
Okay.
figured out that. Anyway, the reason I think it was coronavirus was twofold. One, I never have gotten muscular soreness from a cold ever.
Just a cold? No.
And two, I had the weirdest, most atypical sore throat I've ever had for 4 weeks. I've never had a sore throat for 4 weeks, ever.
Who has?
And furthermore,
4 weeks is a long time.
Furthermore,
exactly.
the sore throat came after the initial onset of symptoms. Usually for an upper respiratory tract infection, sore throat is the first symptom.
Right.
So normally I would just think this was a cold, but you layer on the fact that we were traveling through multiple states, stopping in multiple areas, and we were with people from all over. That's what I don't actually think it was coronavirus, but it was a very weird. It was unlike any cold I've ever had, and we were definitely traveling around the country to areas where there were known infections. There were known infections in Wisconsin. We were there, and there were known infections in Illinois. There weren't that many. So that was my little.
I mean, it's possible.
It's
Cer-
definitely possible.
yeah.
It's probably not probable, but it was just the weirdest cold I've ever had. Now we could. What we should have done. We should do during a live stream is pay
Antibo-
pay $200 and we'll do an antibody test live.
I would do it.
Yeah,
Is that a blood test or is that like a saliva
It's a finger
test?
prick.
it's a finger prick.
Yeah.
So it's a blood test.
Okay, all right. So I just want to get that story out of the way.
Well, okay. So the funny thing too is like, I remember on that trip thinking like, oh man,
I was
better
not sick on that trip,
No, but I remember you and I thinking like, oh man, like I just can't afford to get sick right now.
and this wasn't
Yeah.
the magnitude of sickness. It was very mild.
No,
I didn't
yeah.
miss work. It was very mild. It just hung around for 4 weeks. So it was just the weirdest cold I've ever had.
Yeah.
That's kind of how very mild. You know, I'd never skipped work.
If you got, I know, if you had like because there, okay, so I'm not very educated on this, but there's like two types of antibody tests that are going, or two types of antibodies that you would like have.
They test for something called IgG and IgM.
Yeah, like a short term and a long term one or something like that. That's what I was reading. I wonder how long you would produce antibodies in
It
the
just
short term.
It depends on the nature of the infection entirely. You know, when you get the common cold, the reason you can get the common cold a lot is because the antibodies you produce don't last very long. Same with the flu. Anyway, this did not mean to become a coronavirus thing, but it's a very interesting story. And it's a good segue to the real story of tonight's live stream of the history of this backpacking. It is, because it all started in the same place.
That's a smooth segue.
Okay.
Now we're coming back.
So the year is 2009.
That's right.
Mhm.
Sam and I, fresh out of college,
Working for Big
Sam-
Pharma.
No. So
He was, yeah.
I was a pharmaceutical researcher. Sam was crushing it at Verizon. Although I should
Something
say,
like that.
prior to that, in 2004, I actually took my first backpacking trip to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park.
That's right, you did.
But that was like the old era of backpacking. We'll stick to the modern era of backpacking. So the year is 2009. Sam and I, we went to undergrad together. We moved out to Madison, Wisconsin. It was kind of a funny thing. I got a job there, and I was like, I'm going to Madison. You want to go? And Sam's like, oh, all right. And Sam got a job there.
Pretty much
Andy
what
came and
happened.
visited us. So we were working up there. We were living together with other people, and I met these two dudes that I work with. I work for a pharmaceutical company, a bunch of scientists. Met these two other guys from Wyoming, and they were into backpacking.
Shout out to Phil and Joel.
Shout out to Phil and Joel. Phil and Joel, Felipe Burns and Joel. Do you remember Joel's last name?
He owes me a tent.
No, Phil owes you a tent.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah. We'll
Anyway.
get to that.
So they're like, hey, we're going camping this weekend. You know, you want to go? And at that point, I was like, you know, I didn't have any backpacking gear. I borrowed all the backpacking gear I used in 2004. So we went to Dick's. What backpack did you use?
Oh, I had your old backpack.
Yeah, that's right. I had
That's
two
right, yeah.
backpacks. I went to Dick's. I bought a tent, a pack. No, I bought a tent, a pad, the Katadyn Hiker Pro, and what stove did we use? Oh, the MSR Whisper Light.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
White gas.
A white gas solid fuel. So 2009, Sam and I go backpacking to actually Kettle Moraine
okay.
State Forest.
That was before we went to.
correct.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was in the spring.
And we went just an overnighter. So that was the first modern era backpacking trip.
For us, yeah.
Kettle Moraine, South Unit, Wisconsin, spring of 2009. So then we're like, oh, this is awesome. Early summer of 2009 comes apart, and I don't remember how we put together this trip.
No, I mean, I remember you guys proposed it. I don't know which one it was. So you guys.
It wasn't me.
Well, then it
It's
must have
probably
been
me.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Because then, well, take it from here.
So we went in August of 2009,
No, it's July.
end of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just got the cats July 9th.
And we had just moved into that different apartment. there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were just moving out of the old place.
So end of
moving into
July.
the new one. Yeah.
We put together a backpacking. I'm big out west, and this is where I was gonna throw pictures up on the screen, but I can't right now. A
really
big
would like to,
out
yeah.
west backpacking trip, and it was Sam and me, and then I don't know how you
Andy?
happened.
I think you just called me and said you were doing this. Do you want to go? and I didn't own
And
any.
he said yes.
Yeah, of course it
You
said
seemed
yes.
like you knew a lot at the time.
No, I didn't know anything. I had nothing.
Where did you get all your gear for that?
So when we decided that, or when I decided that I was going to go, I didn't own a single piece of backpacking
So what
gear.
would go through your outfitting?
So first thing I did was I walked into a local outfitter that just went out of business, actually, called Outdoor
Source?
Source, yeah. And yeah,
They're
and
still in business.
No, they're not.
They went out.
They're out. REI squashed them.
Squashed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gone. Got to drive up to Easton to get your gas
Wait, that was
canisters
like-
now.
Like that must have been really recent.
It
It
was.
was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but the funny thing is, I remember walking in there and they were selling like high end stuff, like high end big box manufactured stuff, and I was broke. And I remember looking at the cost of packs. I was just like, man, I don't
What
even
pack
know.
did you have?
I didn't have.
or-
I have zero
He had
packs.
nothing.
Oh, at this okay. At this
So
point in the story,
yeah.
you have 0.
So I was like, man, like I can't afford to buy all this high end stuff right now, and this is not something I've ever done before. I mean, we grew up camping and stuff, so I've certainly camped a ton. So the cheapest pack that they had there was a Deuter pack that they told me that they stocked purposely for Boy Scouts.
Really? Deuter's a good pack brand.
I know, it was a fine pack.
Yeah.
And
I bought it off you.
yeah. And so I bought that pack and a couple other knickknacks, and then I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought a 8-pound tent,
The Marmot.
the Marmot tent.
Marmot,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the big one too.
Yeah, and
This
I
was
bought
a 3-person?
Oh, and yeah, two person. And then I forgot. I also bought a Marmot. I think it was called like the Never Winter, Never Summer sleeping bag from the outdoor.
When did
store.
you get the Montbell bag?
Much later.
That was
Okay.
later,
Yeah.
sure.
And I remember I didn't have a stove, and I had a military canteen cup
Yeah. I remember
to
that.
boil, which was fine. It's just a metal
I-
cup.
it worked. It was just really
Yeah,
heavy.
I
it's just great.
cannot believe that canister stoves, they existed at this time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
we didn't use them.
And the best is we all shared one filter too. We had the
We had a
We
Cat
had
and Hiker
the
Pro.
pump, yeah.
Yeah, the pump filter. Squeezes were not around.
no. And yeah, I can't remember. Like I had the bare essentials. I had a tent, sleeping bag. Oh, I had one of those Thermarest Pro Lights sleeping pads, which is awful.
Oh, the foam
Yeah,
ones?
yeah,
Yeah. I had a Thermarest Base Camp. That was an inflatable one.
No,
One
I mean, it
inch.
was inflatable, but it was like this thick.
I remember I borrowed a Thermarest from one of you guys.
It wasn't from me because I didn't have anything.
Okay,
Might
must
have
have been
borrowed it
from
me.
Kevin. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah. I
remember.
think so.
I mean, I had the basics, and then you had the stove, you had the
stove.
water
The
filter.
filter.
And
I
we-
had
We had mountain houses
a
and
Kelty Teton too.
Yeah,
I had a
That was
Kelty- I had a
oh, that's
Kelty
right, yeah,
Grand
you had the
Mesa
Kelty.
too.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
inspired me to get that.
Yeah, Kelty's
Okay.
great tent.
No, yeah, very. I still have it. I mean, I still give
And
it
I had
to
a-
people.
I had
It's
a
a great tent.
big ass aluminum pot. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Had a big
Yeah, yeah.
black.
it was like literally a pot.
It
you
was
put
a, it was a pot. Like it wasn't like it was a whole pot. So you got outfitted for in
Mhm.
2009, and then Andy came out to Wisconsin.
Yep.
And
I drove there.
You drove there.
8
you
hours.
drove there.
8 hours. I rented a car too.
I didn't remember that
No, I didn't rent a
because
car.
I drove
No.
out west.
Yeah. I drove to Wisconsin. I literally got there. We went to the grocery store, the three of us.
We drove through the night.
and then we immediately headed out west and drove through the
I
night.
drove
remember.
through the
Yeah,
night
we
to
we
get
were
there.
packing up, and then we just started driving at like
We
1
were-
in the morning.
well, we were gonna-
It
we
was
were-
the
we were
middle
We
of
were
the night
going,
we
we were gonna
started
go in
out.
the morning.
Yeah, we were
and
gonna
then
leave the
drive
next
to-
day.
And then
we're
we
just
just
like,
decided,
no,
we're already up.
let's
Yeah, let's
go.
just go.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
And we drove through the night, and we our first so that backpacking trip. I'm trying to remember how many nights we did.
Well, we did the
We did,
first
like,
leg of
we
the
did
Black
2
Hills.
legs.
No, I think we did 3 nights in the Black Hills and 3
nights in
Wyoming.
Dude, I thought we only did 2
Bighorns.
nights in the Bighorns. It
I don't
was
remember.
something
I
like
don't
that.
remember.
This is pre-YouTube, so we can't watch
But
a
I
video.
remember, we drove out and we stopped at the Badlands. That was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. If you've never been to the Badlands, obviously, go
Yeah.
check it out. We stopped. You were talking about, talking up Waldrop.
Yeah, we
and,
stopped at Waldrop, and this is where I would put a picture of you and that duster
the
up on the
duster,
screen.
We stopped at Waldrop, and then we, what's the in Sturgis? We
Yeah,
watched,
with the
bike
bikes.
conventions.
Yeah, we did.
And actually,
And
yeah,
That's a great trip for people.
Oh, that was so
listening.
much fun. Yeah, for our first
It
trip.
sucks, but drive out to South Dakota.
I don't know that. I thought it was a great drive. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know, you
Driving
once you
through
start,
Kansas blows.
Well, I mean, that's never been fun. But you know,
But
once you start getting
once
into
you
South,
get into South
you know,
Dakota, it's
western South
beautiful.
Dakota,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
go to the Badlands, that was
Yeah,
fun.
and then
go to the
so
Bighorns.
then no, we went to the Badlands and we went to the Black Hills.
Well, yeah. We went to
First leg.
Rushmore. We went to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, so the
We
first
parked
leg
at we
parked
parked
it right
right
Mount
next to
Rushmore.
it.
Yeah.
So the first leg of our first backpacking trip, we did 3 nights in the Black Hills, which is the
Mhm.
area in South Dakota where Mount Rushmore is.
It's a national forest.
It's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it is
really cool.
beautiful.
Oh, it was
Um,
awesome.
Absolutely
And I
beautiful.
remember-
really spoiled.
I remember
Yeah.
doing a lot of camping in campgrounds.
Yeah, because it was a national forest, so we
Yeah, it was all
like
dispersed
we were just
when
like
we
yeah.
went.
like we were just going to the woods over there and set
Right.
up camp.
That's what we did.
remember we climbed to the highest
Highest point.
in South Dakota,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
Mount Kearney.
I don't remember the
I think
name.
it's,
don't
and there's like
remember
a tower up there, and then there's just like so many cool rock formations. And then there was times when we were like right next to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, so we backpacked all around Mount Rushmore. We did a loop
Right.
there.
That was
parked the car.
awesome.
It was
That
sweet
was fun.
trip.
I think it was like 3 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had great
Um,
memories of that. That was fun.
So we did 3 nights there. We got in the car. I think we hit Sturgis after this.
Well, we did.
yeah,
we,
that's a
we,
little bit west
we,
after that. Yeah.
we got out that night. We got out. We were in Deadwood,
Rapid City.
Rapid City.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
we car camped.
Yeah, we car camped at a
Yeah.
campground.
Yeah. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, we went to Rapid City. We ate pizza,
Uh-huh.
and then we car camped, and then we drove to the Bighorns.
Mhm.
So
The next day.
So then we went to the Bighorns, and I remember the Bighorns was my first taste of like real mountains.
Because those are real.
So
mountains.
that's like you're in the
That's
Rockies.
like the eastern frontier. It's just
Of
yeah,
the
this-
Teton. I
this
mean,
little like range that juts out way east of.
and that was like moose.
Yeah, oh, well, we
Yeah.
saw moose.
We saw moose.
We saw moose and they're young. We were
Scared the
terrified.
crap out of me.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first time seeing like, oh my god, out west. Because the Black Hills does not look like that at all. The
No.
Black
No,
Hills
no,
looks like
it's not mountains.
the Black Hills is more like Appalachia.
no, but definitely prettier though.
Definitely prettier than
yeah,
Appalachia.
definitely way prettier.
But
Right.
the Black Hills is more like mesa plains,
Yeah.
black hills of trees. It's not like mountainous, rugged like the Bighorn Mountains.
So a cool story from the Black Hills though. Like we were all such noobs, but I remember we climbed the top of a mountain and we were completely out of water. And I remember that we get to the top of this mountain and we're like dehydrated. Every single one of us is out of water. But it's lush. It's very lush at the top of this mountain. And we're like, there's gotta be something up here. There's gotta be something.
I have a picture of this.
Yeah, and we found a tiny little trickle of water, and we were able to filter that. I remember that.
The water
very
sources
vividly.
there were not great.
No.
I remember that. And I remember pumping water out of like a shitty little hole.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the height of summer, so yeah.
Yeah.
It was
dry.
hot. I remember
hot,
it was
yeah.
hot.
I remember it was hot.
you know the interesting thing too is that the only time we've ever been checked for permits was in the Bighorns in Wyoming.
I was checked at Lake Tahoe last year. but
Really?
I don't remember being checked in the Bighorns.
Yeah,
remember
on the way
either.
out, there was some Forest Service workers
I
that were
remember being
that were
checked.
going in that stopped us and checked us. So
Um,
and what you didn't need, like, it was a sign up at the trailhead permit.
Yes, self-register.
We've done that before, though. in other
Yes.
Places.
Yeah, but I've never gotten checked, and I had it.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, we did the Black Hills. We did the Bighorn Mountains. I don't remember if we did 2 or 3 nights. I just remember the Bighorn Mountains. We set up at this lake.
Yeah.
It was
Right,
it was a
actually,
cloud.
no.
It was called the Cloud Peak Wilderness in the Bighorn Mountains in
Well,
Wyoming.
so we were trying to make it to another lake, but we got.
I think we ran into a storm. Yeah,
Thunderstorms
yeah, we had
came
all
in
We
of a
had
sudden.
terrible
hard.
weather.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It was
we had
hailing, and
hailstorms.
we were forced to camp at probably about. It was like 2 miles before our destination. We were forced to camp because
I just remember it
so
was
bad.
9 miles up in
Yeah.
the mountain.
I remember just going to one of those days and we climbed to the top of this peak and we looked out over and we
Mhm.
could see the 3 lakes in succession that we had climbed or we had hiked past. And it was a really cool picture. I know we have pictures of it
Yeah,
somewhere.
bring it up on the screen.
I know we would.
But the robo voice threw off this whole setup.
Yeah.
And that was my first taste of like high alpine
Yep.
wilderness.
Yeah, we
And I
were
was
ab-
blown away.
we
We were
were-
above 10,000 feet. I
Yeah,
think.
we were above the tree line, just barely.
And the hailstorms. The weather was dog shit.
Yeah.
And we saw moose. Anyway, so that was the first trip, 2009.
That was so much fun, and
Yeah.
then we just we had to go from there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then after 2009, Andy got way into backpacking.
Yeah, I got home and I was just like, and this is like so many people feel this way after a trip. You immediately get done and you're like, I gotta buy stuff.
Yeah, this is all the shortcomings from my last trip. This is what I wish I had. And
Yeah. So I remember I immediately bought a water filter and I bought a canister stove. I bought a Snow Peak canister stove, which I still have, which is broken now. And then I bought an MSR Hyperflow water filter.
I remember that.
And I bought it because I remember thinking the whole time, I was like, I got to buy the lightest possible stuff I can find that's in my budget. And I bought the Hyperflow, and that thing was like $130.
It is crazy how different water purification
Yeah.
technology is now. It's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much cheaper.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I don't know if you guys did this. I remember back when I remember I would hike in the Rockies with my families in the mid '90s, and we had the little pill tablets you would drop in.
Yeah.
And back then the exotic way of filtering your water was the UV pen or something. That was
Steri-Pen.
Yeah, the Steri-Pen.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have them back then.
I
but
remember
they had something like that.
Yeah, I remember I remember sitting at I forget where I bought the filter from, but I remember sitting at the counter being like, should I get a Steri-Pen or should I get this MSR Hyperflow? And I remember going back and forth.
Steri-Pen is something we've never used.
No,
ever.
it's just because
I don't think we'd want to though.
no, here's the problem. You gotta
These
have
Sawyer squeezes are so
they're
good.
so good. Yeah.
you gotta have like a wide open container so you can stir
Yeah,
the
you
thing
stir it.
around.
Well,
So-
you've got to get all the sediments out before anyway, because
Yeah.
and all the larger particles.
Um, So 2009 ends. Sam and I moved back to Columbus, Ohio. And then we'd kind of take a hiatus from backpacking.
Yeah.
Andy
do
backpacks a
much,
ton.
yeah.
I backpacked strong, and actually part of
Yeah.
my crew is in here. Andy's
What'd you
in-
do? You did Algonquin.
We did a ton of stuff.
You did Dolly Sods.
Oh, I did. We were all over the place. We did a lot of cool trips, and that we, as like me and two other guys got it. Like we were backpacking on a regular basis. That's when we started getting on the forums, especially like Backpacking Light,
Yeah, you got into the ultralight stuff.
and like really started investing in lightweight gear, and quickly got the base weight down to like 9 or 10 pounds. But I mean, you had to buy all new stuff.
So in like 2013,
Topper, you want to talk?
I backpacked
Yeah.
again with my wife. We went to Wildcat Hollow, same gear.
Very nice.
Then in 2000, I'm trying to remember if this is 2015 or 2016 when the crew reunited.
Yeah.
Was it 2015?
I would say that would probably be at the early. Yeah.
So in either-
it must have been.
So after a 5 or 6 year hiatus from the initial Wyoming South
yeah,
Dakota
that's
trip,
crazy. We took a lot of time.
we took a
off.
lot of time off.
I mean, we were. busy
I
with
wasn't. I was
stuff.
going
No,
strong.
he was
You-
going
I mean,
strong.
well, yeah, no, you.
Sam and I
weren't.
got
We
back in the
weren't.
mix.
Yeah.
I had
Uh,
only done a one-off trip.
There
to
was a
Dolly
Wiesenberg.
Sods. Yeah, with Ben Wiesenberg in 2011 to Dolly Sods.
I'd done 2 trips with my wife with the same old gear, and then we reunited to do.
I think it was 2015.
I think it was
when we
2015.
started,
We did.
yeah.
Did we do? Oh,
did
we did
Laurel
Laurel
Highlands.
Highlands.
No, that was 2016.
What did we do? No, that's what we did.
Wasn't
In
that when we
2016.
got back together?
Yeah, we didn't do anything before that.
I want to say we did.
Yeah, we had to.
We had to. Have.
We
Yeah,
had to have
'cause
done
I
like
had,
Wildcat or something like
so
that.
I had some other gear and
All right. Anyway,
anyway.
2015, 2016, we picked it up again. The first big trip we did was Laurel Highlands hiking
those
trail,
Highlands, yeah.
and that's before you started doing any gear upgrades.
right, yeah, I still
Laurel
all
Highlands
my old
hiking
stuff
trail.
then.
I had the Whisper Light stove, and that's when I started watching YouTube videos.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, so that was when the whole concept.
I mean,
started.
this didn't start till 2017.
Right, but the concept started bubbling around.
Yeah.
earlier, right.
So we went on the Laurel Highlands hiking trail, and then shortly thereafter, we all got hammocks.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And then,
Christmas
and
presents.
then pretty much. I mean, and I got my hammock. I remember in the spring of 2017. So
We got
Yeah.
ours in the winter of 2016.
Okay, yeah, and I saw I
We
was
got them-
convinced pretty quickly.
We got the Black Friday. So 20. That's right. So we did Laurel Highlands in September of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's gonna be 4 years coming up.
That's okay.
That's 4 years of epic backpacking.
It's been a short run of very epic.
Yeah.
But you missed Colorado Trail and Isle Royal.
Yeah, you missed the big.
I
missed the
missed
big
two
ones.
pretty epic ones. Yeah,
Um,
and I'm slightly salty about that. But
Wow, that's your
all
own
right.
fault.
What's my own
that
fault?
is your own fault.
Oh, well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm sorry, not
so-
you guys, but that's why I don't want to miss the other ones.
So 2016, we get back into this. We do 50 or 60 miles on Laurel Highlands. I don't know. We did.
It was,
Yeah, we
yeah,
did
it was
that-
like
it was like
60.
was it really 60?
No,
No.
I thought it was like
maybe-
40.
It was
or
between
something.
40. It was 4 or 5 nights. I don't remember.
I remember we did
It's
all
pre
but
YouTube, so there's no record of it.
we did all but 11 miles of it.
Yeah,
we did?
and it's
Oh.
It's a 70-mile trail.
Yeah.
So 50, 60 miles. Anyway, that's when I still had all my old gear from 2009. Same with you. Although I had
I
your
had all
old
my
Doiter
old
pack.
stuff. Yeah.
Then the evolution really
Yeah.
upticked. From 2016 to now, I've definitely done between 50 and 100 nights of backpacking. Easily.
That's kind of a wide range.
I know. I know.
Between
50
50
to
and
100.
100. It's at
50
least-
could be 100.
It's at least 50,
That sounds about
but
right.
it's definitely not 100.
All right, so we'll call it 60.
You've done a lot of backpacking in that
I've,
time.
done, I've done a good deal.
You've
I haven't
done
done
a
it
lot
all.
of backpacking.
I've done a lot of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a lot of it. I've been around for.
so-
I'm very happy about that.
So this is winter of 2016. We all buy hammocks.
Yeah.
Sam buys a hammock in spring of 2017.
Mhm.
Summer of 2017, we go to Isle Royal.
Yep.
That was kind of our first huge trip since the Wyoming trip.
I think that still goes down as
Dude,
the
Isle
best
Royal.
backpacking trip I've ever
Dude.
been on.
I
If
know.
you're
I know.
watching
You guys had a
this-
great time.
If you're
I know,
watching
I know.
this and you don't know what Isle Royal is,
Get
just
there.
Google it. And if you're
God.
interested, we have a 4-part video series on going there. It was magical.
Here's a good question in the chat from G Berg. It says, "What YouTuber convinced you to try a hammock aside from Shug?"
Frozen.
Yeah, I'd used one.
Syntax.
I had used
Syntax
one.
and Frozen.
I had borrowed one from my buddy Jason.
Yeah,
who
you
lives in-
slept in one.
Yeah, I have a good friend that lives in Canada that I did Algonquin and another canoe trip after that too with him, and he let me borrow his. But Frozen and Syntax were probably
And Frozen a lot because Frozen in 2016, dude, Frozen had like 5,000 subs back then, if that. I
Good for
remember.
him.
Yeah, and I like watching the old retro Frozen
Oh, I do
videos
too.
sometimes.
I love the one from.
And this is fun because you backpacked with Frozen.
Right.
I love Frozen's video from Lake Vesuvius.
Yes, where he gets lost.
he
He's got
gets
a couple-
lost and then he has
How
to
do you get
camp.
lost at Lake Vesuvius?
The
Dude,
back,
dude,
it's
dude,
easy.
in-
It is easy.
And
I mean,
when he
I
was
feel like
doing
we've
this,
been there so
yeah,
many
but
times.
this was years ago when he was going there. The
Okay,
trails.
maybe it wasn't marked as well.
But to answer your question, yeah, Frozen and Syntax were the ones that got me more interested in hammocks.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But that's a good segue. So then, 2018 we went to Liveville Gorge. Yeah,
Yeah, April of 2018.
yeah. So
yeah.
2017 we do Isle Royal. We do a bunch of little trips in between that
Yeah.
Sam
We
comes
we
on.
gone to Vesuvius.
we
like
did. We
Wildcat
did. We finally
Hollow.
did the Zaleski.
Oh yeah, we did the Zaleski. Yeah.
Zaleski was good. We did Wildcat Hollow. We did Zaleski. We did a Vesuvius trip before YouTube. We haven't covered.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I think we've done several.
Yes, but only
Uh,
one pre-YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did 2 nights at Vesuvius. Then spring of 2018, the first big trip of that year was we went to Linville Gorge with Frozen. Sam came.
Yep.
Great video on our channel on that. 2 videos.
Really fun.
Really fun trip. It was really fun to backpack with Frozen and Ian. Shout out to Ian.
Yep.
It was super fun. Then summer of 2018, the most epic trip you've missed is 100 miles on the Colorado Trail.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that was it was definitely epic, but it wasn't Isle Royal epic. It was like beautiful
It was
backpacking,
different.
easy walking, and just endless scenery. So,
Isle Royal is pretty easy.
yeah, it was. But I think what makes Isle Royal so amazing was just the adventure of getting up there,
Yeah.
the
It's
ride
so
over,
remote.
and
And that-
how remote it
That
is.
feeling in the back of your mind that if I have some sort of actual medical emergency, I'm going to die. I mean, you're 4 or 5 hours via helicopter to anything.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a risky ride.
So August of 2018, Colorado Trail with Bryce. Check that out. You started backpacking with us more after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I did not like to miss that. So I had to
You were
make up
starting
for
a
it.
new job.
Well,
That's why you couldn't
That's why I
come.
missed the Iowa Royal trip.
Oh, is it? Why
Yeah,
did you
'cause-
miss the Colorado Trail?
wait.
Trail.
Oh wait, no. Well, no.
What's your excuse?
I have one. It's not coming to me right now.
Okay. Then I will say, so that was 2018. 2019, we had a pretty good backpacking
Oh,
year.
last year was so much fun.
We had two.
two of the
We had two
great
not like
trips.
week-long trips. We had two great trips. We did a trip to Damascus, Virginia, and Grayson Highlands
Grayson Highlands
on the Appalachian Trail with Sam. That was awesome.
That's
It was
the,
so much
and
fun.
that's
That
a
was
great
a
video
fun
for watching
trip.
watching you all.
that was me where I almost got
Once
run
again,
over
I
by
was
the
gonna
horse.
bring
Yeah.
it up on the screen.
I know.
And the hilarious thing about that trip too is we were all so into Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Every time we saw a horse, we're like, "Can we tame this horse?"
Easy,
Easy
girl.
girl.
But I will say, and I was watching the video this the other day. I think the Pictured Rocks trip was awesome.
That was probably my favorite.
Yeah, it was so pretty.
When I think of the trips I want to do, I think of Pictured Rocks.
Pictured Rocks was
Just
incredible.
every single day was just.
And that's the place.
It was
you
only 4 days, but it was so fantastic.
could, and that's a place where you could take people.
Anybody can do that. The trail was
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It was picture. I mean, so your motivation to keep going down the trail is right there.
Yep.
It's literally you're on the lake.
Yeah.
Um,
The only pain in the butt is the
bugs.
the bugs in the reservation system.
Yes.
Okay.
But if
You got to book it really far in
if
advance.
you're watching this, Pictured Rocks.
Beautiful.
It's in the
Try to
Upper
make it up
Peninsula of
there.
Michigan. It's
Yeah.
it's crowded, a lot of bugs,
a lot of
a
people.
lot of people, but it is incredible.
Yeah. Despite
Um,
those, it's really worth
There's
it.
a fun
then-
fun story at Pictured Rocks too. I don't know if this came out on the video, but this was probably the second or third time we've run into day hikers that are on like a 10-mile.
yeah,
They're on like a 10-mile loop,
no water.
and they're on mile 3, and they're completely out of water.
Oh, we did have to
No
help,
filter.
we did have to help a group of
Yeah.
of folk,
Of
yeah.
people.
And,
Yeah,
and by
yeah.
group, you mean it was a bunch of women from University of Michigan. Do you remember that?
They were from Michigan.
They're
Oh,
from
I
University
know
of
who
Michigan.
it was, but I didn't know they were from Michigan.
But
It
but
was
you
like five
I don't
five
remember that.
women
Me-
from University of Michigan, young.
Okay.
They
Yeah, because they're anyway.
they came into our camp.
Right,
great.
right.
We didn't get-
And
we
we
didn't
gave them
get
some
any of
water
this on
because we
video.
had. I mean, well, we had tons of water, so it's not like it was.
We
anything to give it to
literally
them.
had 7 or 8 liters of
Right.
water.
But
We
if-
could have
the
just
funny-
walked right down to the beach and just gotten more too.
the funny thing is, they were like, "Hey, do you guys know where the spigot is?" And we're like,
There's no spigot.
We're in the back. No,
Yeah,
there's
and
nothing
if,
here.
if you walk 500 feet to your left, you're gonna hit Lake Superior.
Another trip we did in 2000.
Oh, Frozen asked. By the way,
Frozen
Sam.
here?
Yeah, he's in the chat. Frozen asked Sam, "How are the trail buddies doing?"
Yeah.
that's Sam's trekking poles.
Sam's trekking poles.
Oh,
The
yeah,
trail
well,
buddies.
I mean, I'm still using them. I'm gonna take them out next week actually when we hit the trail again.
Yeah.
I didn't. Frozen said he wasn't gonna be able to make tonight. I'm glad he's in there. Frozen, that was a fun trip to Linville Gorge, man. And that is, other than the YouTube meetup, it's the only time we've hiked with him.
Yeah.
And YouTube meetup does not count as hiking.
No, it doesn't count as hiking.
So at some point we'll do another trip with him. All right, so that was Pictured Rocks last year. We did another trip last year that was pretty fun. That was Red River Gorge.
I had a good time in November. Yeah.
that was awesome.
That was the
fall.
first time we'd ever been to Red River Gorge. We've been back since.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Did we do 2 or 3 nights?
3.
Was it 3?
No.
No, 2 nights.
Just
2
2.
nights.
Okay,
2
two-
nights. 2 nights.
It
That's
felt
it.
like we got a lot packed in
Yeah,
there.
2
Yeah.
nights.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
And that was that the last trip? Because you haven't come with us since.
Well,
then.
in January when we did that one night with
Oh,
Jason and Jeremiah.
Oh yeah. I don't know if
I-
I'd count that as backpacking.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really back
I
then.
mean,
but yeah,
and we-
that was the last time I
we
was
had,
outside under the stars.
We had Jason call in. We should have had Jeremiah Stringer call in. So early this year, in like January, us
Right.
3 and the Kentucky boys.
Kentucky
Love
boy.
those boys, by the way. Had a good
Backpacking
time
with
with them.
Jason and Jeremiah Stringer, we all met at Zaleski for like
Just an overnight.
Just an evening. Yeah.
car camp.
effectively a car camp. But we did hike 2 miles in. That was really fun. I forgot we did that. That's your last trip,
That's
right?
the last time I've been out. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was cold and raining, and
Yeah.
and then
The weather was so bad for that trip.
that was
Yeah.
the worst I've ever had. It was just one evening.
Not the worst we've ever had.
No.
We've had worse, but that was
Either way,
like it's like when it's like between 30 and 35 degrees
Oh,
and,
it was just
constant
raining a little bit. Yeah,
precipitation.
the
it's,
constant precipitation.
it's either it's like a rain, sleet, snow, wet rain, freezing rain.
I mean,
kinda mix.
fortunately, we had a lot to drink. We had a lot to keep us entertained and so forth.
And we
but,
had
we had
bear.
the tarps and
We
that.
had
yeah.
bear sausage.
Bear sausage.
Is there
That was
any,
good.
is there anything in chat we need to pay attention to? We've completely ignored chat. For the last,
Sam's
like,
been doing a good job
40
monitoring
minutes.
it.
Okay.
Not
No. I mean,
not really.
the trail buddies are holding up just fine. Going to bring them out next week.
Okay, so I will
when
say-
we go back out
wait,
next
I
week.
will-
grab
say-
the new purchase.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab 2 things.
And mine's on the way. I'm a little jealous that Kevin got his first, but you did order yours like a week before mine. And Kevin's got a pack explosion right behind us because we're preparing for something.
All right. Oh God. All right. Before I get into the new purchase, first, I've had the Cascade Mountain Tech trekking poles since 2016, and they might be done now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
even I've used those before. Those are good trekking poles.
Yeah, but
They're
these
quality.
locks
Yeah,
are
they're not
holding anymore.
Have you screwed them?
I mean, you can
tightened them?
I mean, you can, but these don't really hold.
Okay.
I mean, for $40,
For $40, those are good.
and I've
yeah.
including trail running,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
done.
you've used them a lot.
I've done potentially almost 1,000 miles with these things. Anyway,
Not bad for $40 trekking poles.
but I'm going to take them on our next trip because I don't have time to get anything new. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, all right,
Trail
new
buddies.
purchase. We haven't talked about this. Did I tell you what he did for this? All right.
No.
All right. So I've had a history with hammocks the last year and a half. So I've been in a tent for a while, the last year. So frickin' Spaguyver, him and I won't stop talking about this Dutchware Banyan Bridge hammock. Spaguyver sold me on it. So I literally got this thing like 4 hours ago.
It arrived today?
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't set it up yet. We're going to play with it tomorrow. I'm taking this on our next serious trip, but I'm giving the bridge hammock a try. I'm intrigued by it. There's a couple reasons why. I don't know if I'll get into them on this podcast, but we're going to shoot a video tomorrow on it, on a first look. But Spaguyver alone has sold me on this hammock and the comfort of it. And it's not that much heavier.
Let me feel.
It's heavier.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like my chameleon with the top cover on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
Do
bigger
you,
by
do you
now.
have everything in that pack?
Well, no, there's poles.
No. Yeah.
Well,
Where are the
no,
poles?
but I mean, like, do you have like your stakes and your
No.
But bug net.
And
terribly
it,
heavy?
Yeah. I ordered one as well, but it hasn't come yet. So. Yeah. Oh. That sucks.
So that's what kills it.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a bridge hammock. If you're not familiar with the
What's
bridge
the
hammock.
total weight those two combined? Do we know yet?
So on the website, it's like 26, 27 ounces. It's not awful.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not awful.
Yeah.
And if you're crazy, and I'm not going to get them yet, you can get carbon fiber
Yeah.
dog bones. These are aluminum. But I'm trying a bridge hammock, and I have faith in Dutch, and I have faith in Spaguyver. Spaguyver, I was having issues being comfortable in a gathered end hammock, and Spaguyver, who is the hammock man, he is like, dude, this is gonna solve everything. So I literally got this a couple hours ago. I haven't set it up yet. But this is coming with me on the next trip.
Nice.
So I'm putting
Review coming
Wow.
after the trip.
after the trip, of course.
But it's a bridge hammock. It's completely different than a gathered end hammock. Check out the Warbonnet Ridge Runner if you want to know what a bridge hammock, or the Dutchware Banyan if you want to know. And did I tell you what he did for me? So I bought this from Dutch on April 20th.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's a bridge hammock, so you can kind of see how it works. It's apparently, I've been told it's much better for side sleepers. I'm a side sleeper.
I actually don't think that.
That's what I've been told.
I think it's like it's like a modified side sleep, but overall still way more comfortable.
I've heard overall it's way more comfortable than a gathered end in every position.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Anyway, I bought this from Dutch on April 20th, 420, and did I tell you what he did for me?
He made it. He made it for you.
Yeah, this is hilarious. He goes, I go, Dutch, I'm going on a trip. Is this gonna get here in time? And he's like, yeah. And he sent it to he sent it to me. He goes, hey, I assembled this thing for you myself, but please in your videos make it known that you have to assemble the ridge lines. You have to assemble everything by yourself. But he assembled it for me.
Oh, nice. That's nice, Dutch.
It's very nice of him, but I feel like he was like, I don't want him to screw it up and have like a bad experience in this hammock. So, but he was like, make sure you tell people they have to put the ridge lines on themselves. There's a couple.
Can Dutch do that for mine?
I don't know.
Dutch,
he's probably not watching.
I know.
Anyway, doing the bridge hammock thing. I'm gonna use it for 6 nights. That's all in. If it sucks, I'm screwed. But I'm going all in.
Hope it's good.
Well,
we're gonna land it. We're gonna do some stuff with it before that.
But you could just take the tent too.
Yeah,
I'm
if the first 3
considering
nights are bad,
Yeah.
with
So
it just-
another thing that really interests me about this bridge hammock, and we're gonna test it tomorrow, is apparently using a sleeping pad in this thing is legit.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Well, if it's supposed to lay flatter, you would think that it would be a little
Right.
more.
And the
So
utility.
that gives you the go to ground option with this.
yeah, and the
go to ground.
Like if you have to sleep on the ground, if you have a sleeping pad and not an underquilt, you can do that.
Okay, I guess if you had to.
And a sleeping pad is much lighter than an underquilt.
Right.
I like underquilts better in general, but anyway,
Oh no! I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Right.
Substituting the pad
Correct.
for
hilarious comment from Carrie. It says he knew Kevin can't tie knots.
I can't tie knots.
True. I know Andy can tie the knots because
But-
I know you've tied
but
knots.
I
for
can-
Benji.
I
Yeah.
can tie the
You're
shit
good.
But hey,
out of
putting the ridge line on there's no knots required. But I did appreciate that he set it up for me. I think he was just like, I don't want this kid to screw it up.
Yeah, it's just like, well, I'm out here first night on the
But
hammock.
he was like,
average.
he was like-
I can't figure it out.
he was like, make sure if you do any videos that you say that this doesn't come pre-assembled.
I think we've got that disclaimer
Got it,
right out of the
dude.
way now.
Got it. And I got some really sweet accessories for it. Yeah, I got a sweet accessory.
I got that one
You're gonna
too.
love.
I'm
It's-
excited.
It's very cool.
It's like a
Can you
Saddlebag.
reveal
it's
it
like
here?
it's like
saddlebag.
saddlebag.
Yeah, no,
So
is
this
that in
hammock
place
has
of the shelf?
no, it's a
Kind of.
No.
It's like an outside shelf.
No. So this thing
Oh.
has 2 ridge lines that run down it.
Okay, so two parallel
Yeah.
lines instead of a
Correct.
single one. All right.
So I've got a thing that lays a saddlebag in between them,
okay.
and then ridgeline hangers off of the sides.
Yeah, it's cool. I got the same thing.
And then you can access it from while
Inside.
you're inside
Yeah,
the hammock.
correct.
Oh, okay.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Super
And
awesome.
I'm super excited to set up I haven't done it yet, but the amount of room on the inside of that hammock when you have 2 ridge lines up like that,
Yeah.
you have
It's going to be a lot more.
so much more room.
So the problem where we're gonna have to learn to tweak it is with the tarp because it's
Yes.
wide.
So
It
yeah,
is
if we
wide.
got to that now, I mean, so what? You just have to put your line up higher and
Potentially.
Okay.
Yeah, and
we're
actually,
gonna play with it tomorrow. In
and
fact,
we're-
if you're,
we're
what-
being-
if you're, what are you doing tomorrow? You can come. If you want.
you want to do some shooting?
Want to do some shooting?
Yeah.
If you want.
No, like
yeah.
shooting.
We're just shooting.
Like
Well, film-
firearm shooting.
Film
Yeah.
shooting, firearm shooting, and controlled burns, which I know is your thing.
I did that actually 2 weeks ago.
I know, I
I
saw
burned the
that.
remnants of a bar. Oh, that's right. I showed it to you.
Anyway, we're taking that thing out to the woods tomorrow. I got to do some controlled burns, but I'm gonna set that up. We're gonna play around with it entirely. We're bringing the light AF tarps out there
Yeah.
to play around with it. But our next trip, which is coming up very soon, and is it's actually technically an 8-dayer.
We're leaving in 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I know, me too.
I can't. I mean, it's nothing particularly exotic, but I just can't wait to
It's
That
it's
guy.
a
Yeah.
little exotic.
I mean, it's
Not
it's-
really.
No,
Oh, I mean, we've never been there before,
It's the best that we can do with the
it's
situation.
the best we can do right now because we can't fly.
and we're not going to the Smokies.
Yeah.
well,
no.
and I mean, have we? What we were originally gonna do?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't do
Everybody.
Yeah, we were originally going to go to Arizona for 7
Ah,
days.
The
Can't do that.
Arizona Trail. That God, I was looking forward to that so much.
Hey, this will be
Oh,
fun.
I know this is gonna be fun, but I
This'll be fun.
really wanted to go out west.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you got to do the Colorado Trail, man. So good.
Well, I mean, we can always arrange to do that again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to finish it.
I mean, it's,
We got
like,
a while to go.
it's like 450 miles. so.
I know, but
You got a lot of catching up to do.
I got some catching up to do.
We've done like
You
100
can
of it.
fly
Yeah,
to Denver. We'll be in Breckenridge.
And if I'm gonna go to Tahoe, I know
Dude.
Desolation was really fun when you went
Dude.
out there last year.
Tahoe, the Lake Tahoe area is better than Colorado.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just do that then.
Exactly. We will.
All right.
More permits though.
Only in Desolation.
Yeah.
But yes,
That's
much
true.
more
If you
permanent.
get- if you get on,
but,
like,
but
the
you know what
Tahoe
to do for them, though. I mean, you have the procedure
yep,
down.
Yep.
Okay.
And
all
if
right.
people listening, and you don't think of Lake Tahoe as a premier backpacking destination, I don't think people do. And the backpacking season there is like 2 months. It's incredibly short because of snowpack.
Right.
But the Tahoe Rim Trail, and I've got a couple videos there, the Tahoe Rim Trail is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the PCT, you're in the Sierras, you got a view of Lake Tahoe, which is one of the most beautiful places in the United States.
Get
it-
there if you haven't been.
It's
I recommend.
incredible.
I've never been there.
Oh,
It's
so beautiful.
incredible.
Have you ever skied out? Oh, well, you haven't skied out
Mm-mm.
there.
I've done skied
Oh,
out there. either.
I went to I went to Squaw Valley.
yeah.
19 years ago.
I backpacked.
How many years ago?
Dude, I
19.
I
I was
backpacked
there in
on the other
2000.
side of Squaw Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
That place is fun.
But
I wanna hike
people do not think of Lake Tahoe as a premier backpacking destination, and
Well, they should.
it's incredible.
Mhm.
Check it. Oh my God, it was better than Colorado.
Yeah.
And you know how much I'm obsessed with Colorado.
Yeah. Colorado's amazing.
Colorado's amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tahoe.
Sure. We will definitely be going out there.
The
Yeah.
views were better in Tahoe. The mountains are prettier in Tahoe because you're in the high Sierra. You've got all these towns around Lake Tahoe that are really cool. You've got the freaking lake. It's logistically easier than Colorado because
it?
yeah. Well, I
I'm
mean,
surprised you say that.
really?
Yeah,
yeah. Are you kidding me? You fly into Reno and the Tahoe Rim Trail is right there.
yeah it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fly into Denver.
Plus-
You're going from Denver to Durango, Colorado.
Well, it's a little bit. I mean, Lisa lives there too, so that's.
But
kind of a
even
nice
even then,
little
you can
point.
fly into Reno, and the Tahoe Rim Trail is 20 miles from Reno, and it's
Okay.
not like it goes out and back; it's all right there.
And is it just easy to?
And I think
just
I
get
heard.
a rental
I
car.
think I heard
Yeah.
that they were
Okay,
building.
okay.
Wasn't Lisa saying they were building a trail from Reno to the TRT?
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's
I think I
probably
heard that.
10 miles.
Yeah.
So I was blown away by Lake Tahoe backpacking, and we'll clearly be going back.
No,
there.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I mean,
you got to go out there because
you
it
know
looks
what-
great, and
You know
I'd
what?
really like to
you know
go
what
too.
we're gonna do? We're gonna through
What's
hike the Tahoe Rim Trail.
Yes.
Probably next year, right? Right?
Yeah.
Sure,
Sure.
I mean,
you
so-
do
so-
what? 2 weeks?
No, you need 10 to 13 days.
Oh, we got
All right,
that.
well,
All right.
so-
That's-
so-
It's
this
100,
was-
130, 170 miles? 170 miles?
So that'll be the big trip next year.
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
I would be willing to like just do weekend trips just for that to save up vacation time.
Well, yeah, save
Good.
that up. I know you're gonna have your hands full with
Mhm.
your things going, and
Not next year.
I know not,
good
but
next year.
I'm saying not next year, but leading up to it, like you were saying,
Yeah.
weekend trips to
Yeah.
Yeah.
silver vacation.
And that's
But-
it's
but-
an
but-
easy weekend trip.
But here's the thing: we got family out there, so
Makes
you
it
could
so
you could
much
take
easier.
everybody out there, and
So
you'd be like,
you could
"Hey,
take the
hang
little one out there, and
Yeah.
I'm sure your sister would love to
yeah.
hang out.
She's
Yeah.
probably listening. Yeah, she's babysitting.
I know she's made some comments
she's,
in here.
She's babysitting, and then she's dropping us off at the trailhead.
Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you.
Is Spaguyver in the chat? He is
No.
through hiking the Tahoe Rim Trail this year with the Banyan hammock. I'm like, dude, you're trusting enough to bring on a 13-day through hike? He's like, dude, he sold me on it.
I
He's
know.
like, it's the most comfortable thing.
So
ever."
here's the question though, and this is when we're thinking about tarps, this is something we're gonna have to experiment with. So we've got these unbelievably awesome Light AF tarps with doors,
yes.
and then
Can't
we
use tarps on the bridge hammock.
right. I'm wondering, do we need to like potentially go back to the to the other ones.
I already sold mine.
Well, I
so-
still have mine.
No, you just. I mean, at the very least, you
Yeah.
just button up the tarps.
Yeah, but if you can't use the doors anyways,
So I was thinking about that.
well, it's just gonna take some trial and
You
error.
could potentially stake out the doors. They wouldn't be flush, but you could stake.
That's
them
better
out.
than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right. I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoa. I just a scotch. Yeah, that's good. I got these beers. So yeah, that's the backpacking history.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Especially, I'm really glad. We picked it up, but it's not like we just dropped it. So 4 years ago, we just got
we've
back.
accelerated it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
obviously.
YouTube is partially to blame for that.
Yeah, motivates us to
I
go
was gonna
out.
say, is they blaming it?
I mean,
good or a
both-
bad way?
No, it's a good way.
yeah,
Bo-
I
both
know.
watching YouTubers motivates
Right.
us to go out there.
You know what we should do?
And then making videos. I mean, it's
Making
fun.
video, I think it's fun.
It's
yeah.
fun.
No,
Yeah.
it really
you,
is.
You know what we
yeah.
should do? Just the three of us. We should do a reunion on the Laurel Highlands. Do a big chunk of it again.
I thought about doing
We've been
that.
talking about that ever
Just
since
for
we got
fun.
back. I mean,
During
I
this
had a great
coronavirus
time there.
thing.
Yeah.
I thought about
those
it.
shelters there
Yeah,
are nice.
so much fun.
Remember how much fun we had making that
Yeah.
the flatbread and the
Yeah.
Oh, the tuna
food there,
melts.
the tuna melts, and I was making massive
I
fires
am-
with the wood they
We're gonna
provide
have
there.
some great meals on this next trip.
I know.
Oh, for sure. We have a
Um,
challenge coming up.
yeah.
we haven't had one of those for a while.
And there's gonna be
Food challenge.
There's a
There's a fourth guest.
Should-
guest. And by the way, after this trip, we're gonna do a live stream like
Should
we
we-
did after Red River Gorge.
Right,
Should we
right,
do?
right.
all four of us.
Should we do a separate
sure.
video of the challenge of the food challenge?
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
we
Separate-
are.
What do you mean? a
We did that
separate
last
video?
time.
What? Just like doing
The
it
garbage
here?
can challenge.
Yeah.
But we're
Separate garbage
gonna
can
do this
challenge.
out on the trail though.
Yes.
No, we did that with Pictured Rocks.
Yeah,
We
on the
did a
trail.
separate video of
yes.
that.
Yes, on the trail.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, both of you guys.
All right.
yes.
All right. All I know is I'm bringing ingredients to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, our fourth
You got,
our fourth guest has already got his.
And he had some very interesting things.
Very
lined up.
interesting. I'm really excited to bring.
Okay, well, here's the
Another
interesting
round.
thing about the
I
fourth guest is he's using my very first pack, the Deuter.
And yes. he
Oh, you're
is.
letting him borrow the Deuter?
No,
he owns
bought
it.
it off of me. I bought it off of
Okay,
Andy,
okay.
and he bought it off of me. So yeah, there's four of us. It's gonna be a pretty good trip. We'll live stream right after it and do a debrief
For sure, yeah,
Well,
the day
well
we get
before
back.
yeah,
Mhm.
either the day or the day after we get back.
We're getting back on a Saturday. Okay, so
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get the heck out of here.
I've been thinking about this for the last month straight. I
know.
mean, ever since we realized, we're not going to go to
I
Arizona,
know.
and our flights were canceled.
I
So
don't.
we couldn't.
It's like I don't even care where we go at this point. It's like,
I just
can we
wanna
just
get
get
outta
into
here.
the
Yeah,
woods
yeah.
somewhere?
We're getting into the woods.
Yeah.
Getting in there.
Oh, and we're going to a great place too. We're driving, so that gives an idea. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a good drive. But it's a great place.
Yeah,
We've
I'm
been
excited.
there.
Weather looks good.
It's gonna be. It's finally
Um,
getting warm out
I'm
here in
excited.
the east. Yeah.
All right. Is there any? We'll be on an hour and a half. Is there anything?
So Mark says, "What's up with the challenges?"
I don't know. It's a great question.
It's not really a challenge. It's just funny.
It's
We're
Check
gonna,
out. We have a video called the Garbage Can Challenge.
Yeah, we're gonna do another
We're
garbage.
gonna do
can.
another one.
Yeah.
we haven't had. I mean, when was the last one we did?
And these
Picture
are
Rocks.
inspired by you,
Was that
Sam.
picture- I
Yeah, these
appreciate
are
that.
inspired by you.
Yeah, I know, because I would
It's your
bring all
fault.
this crap here. And
Sam just brings a bunch of shit to
And
eat.
he always has a gallon Ziploc bag too. That's the thing that throws me off.
but you have to have him for it. Though.
I know.
There's so much water.
It's way too much water, way too much food, probably too much weight. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
It'll be fun. We're gonna do it.
All right.
All right. Anything else here before we should sign off?
No, I think Vesuvius was so DBT says Vesuvius was a great trip 2 weeks ago. Thanks,
Oh,
Kevin, for the
nice.
recommendation.
Nice, yeah.
Sorry if the weather sucked. It probably did.
2
But I mean,
weeks ago.
otherwise,
Yeah.
that place is great.
2 weeks ago.
We
So,
really like Vesuvius.
John said Bighorn Mountains are my backyard.
Nice.
Take you three on a 6-day trip into the high country that will blow you away.
I
don't
like that,
don't-
John.
Yeah.
Keep that dude's name.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's
All
pretty
right.
much it.
All right. So.
This
all
is
right,
it.
This
for-
has been fun.
This is it for the coronavirus
yeah,
live stream
we
lockdown.
we will be back live streaming, obviously, but lockdown's over. We did 6 of these. It was fun. Thank you,
A lot of
everybody, for
fun.
coming. We're still gonna live stream.
yeah.
I think we're going to be back in 2 weeks from now when we get back from.
Yeah.
So we will
Our
be
next trip- our next
so
adventure.
we're going on a long trip, and then what we've been doing after some of our trips is we've been doing a live stream debrief
Yeah.
after those trips. So we will do that in 2 weeks. That will be the next live stream. We filmed some BSings. We've got some more BSing episodes coming out.
We're gonna film a bunch of stuff tomorrow too to help take up some time to feed the subs.
Yep. So more content coming. Yeah, we got more podcasts coming out, and then
Yeah.
as always, this audio will be up on the podcast platform
Yeah.
sometime tonight or tomorrow. But that's it.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Get
Thanks for
outside.
tuning in.
Have a great night. Stay safe.
Get outside.